I'm chosen. Got the crib on you, yeah, you know the motion. Only nigga on the lot with a foreign. Wake up in the morning, what's the move for the day? Call my niggas up and tell them that I'm on their way. Did my lifestyle, yeah, yeah. Did my lifestyle, yeah, yeah, yeah. Copping Birkin bags for you, it's the holiday. And I'ma spend this money on me, that's the only way. Did my lifestyle, yeah, yeah. Did my lifestyle, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't have to do anything, like I said.
Can we move on? I'm not gonna make this movie.
You shouldn't address me, period. If Rod had something to address me about, Rod could have said it. Donovan is not here, and that's why I said it, because we're having a segment about him.
She raised her voice like it's supposed to scare me like that.
It don't supposed to scare you, but I'm letting you know what was said. Anyways, exactly.
Can I finish?
Can you move forward?
Yeah, I'm always willing to move forward with people. This ain't, the first time that something bad has been done to me, and I move forward. I'm not gonna say ain't no hard feelings, because it is hard feelings, but I believe that we can move forward.
Okay.
The way I process and deal with what happened to me is, me. And I don't feel like I handle it in a bad way. I don't address the situation unless it's really asked. And if you know me well enough, if you talk about anybody that I'm not fucking with at the moment or fucking with in life, I'm always gonna be like, I'm gonna do something, because bitch, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about them. So I don't just be bringing them up. Like you feel like I be just bringing them up. I don't think I just bring them up out of nowhere. It's always for the sake of the show, and that happened while we weren't filming the show. So I'm speaking on it because it's a part of my lifestyle history. It's a part of what happened. So whoever made that comment can kiss my ass. But no, I just feel like if it's an issue I'm going to speak on it, Kell. I can't promise you that I can't lie to you and say that if I have an issue with them 7 years from now, I'm not going to say whatever the fuck I want to say 7 years from now. Mm-hmm. However, if it's not asked on the show, they won't get brought up no more. Simple.
Well, we're going to leave that here. After I asked Zy'Reque this question, because I know you were kind of dealing with the same thing. Y'all had issues. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I even hate that we're even talking about somebody that's not here. But again, we can only talk about what's been, displayed on the show. I don't have no control over that. Go ahead.
And I think that that's what's been going on. I think it's not a thing of us just speaking about it. And I think that's what her misconception is, that she's thinking that we go in confessionals and we just lay it all out. And that's not the case. We're asked certain things. Now,
yes. Now I'm going to say this. For the confessionals, of course, we know that.
Yeah.
For the confessionals. But the way it looks is that you still have 3 other people right here that's still attached to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, I hate we're talking about somebody that's not here, because we still have 3 people that's affiliated with JL.
But they're new. They weren't
to the
new.
show.
Yeah, I'm saying they're new to the show. That issue happened, the issue actively is still happening. We can't control that. We have to talk about what happened. We have to talk about why she made her exit. We have to talk about that type of thing. So I think if you want to know what I think would make it better, if she were educated on us, not just saying that we're going in there and we just speaking from, of course your confessional is from the heart, but you have to ask those questions about, okay, well, what's this? How did you feel this at this point? I'm telling you how I feel at that exact point in my time. I felt like if I had felt like fuck the bitch, I was gonna say, oh, fuck the bitch. That's how I felt at that moment. Mm-hmm. It's a confessional. Right. But you can't just, we know how this works. Mm-hmm. She also knows how this works. Mm-hmm. It's not a thing that we're just going in there and just speaking on it. And then secondly, sometimes it's not even a whole lot of times we're talking about her. They're just drawn out because of the fucking episode. Mm-hmm. Like, I just think that she needs to. Sorry for being long-winded, y'all, but I just feel like it just needs to be a thing that, you know, if it is a thing to have a conversation, we can have that conversation. But I'm not just sitting here talking about you on the show. And then again, hell, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
I do. I'm gonna say I do.
I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back to you.
I just don't know.
Because I want to get to Zy'Reque first. Specifically, again, I know y'all had issues in this moment because your relationship, again, is different from the way that Daya and Rob's relationship is, and also Roman, Cuban, and Solomon. In this moment, how do you feel about what transpired this season between you and Daya? Because it was just pretty much just one time for y'all. So do you feel like y'all would be able to come to a common ground?
I mean, my whole thing is I feel like I'm mature for my age. I don't feel like I'm somebody who's gonna like intentionally go back and forth with somebody, intentionally talk about somebody, because I honestly don't care. I have my own things going on. I don't need somebody, you feel me, beside me or trying to, put me in position. I put myself in position. So as far as that goes, I can have a conversation with somebody, but it just has to make sense for me. I'm not about to just be cool with you and you wrong with me. That just don't make sense. Because if you don't have no loyalty, that means, you'll cross me again. That's just where I stand, where that comes from. So being in the room with somebody that I don't care for, of course I'm grown. We can sit right next to each other. I don't have no issue with doing that. But it's just like, you're going to respect me and I'm going to respect you, and that's it.
Okay. So the night of your first performance during the season at My House Restaurant and Bar, do you feel like it was kind of a setup on his behalf that he brought Daya? Or did you already know that he was coming?
I definitely was blindsided, and I don't appreciate it at all. I don't.
So what was the reason that you brought him?
For one, that was also my birthday. So he was there not only to celebrate. No, he was not only there to like show up and support, but he was also there to help me celebrate my birthday. That's one thing. Cuban, I'm gonna ask you this question and take out the fact that, we're together and we're on the show together. Was there not a conversation via, on the phone, via FaceTime, when I vocally expressed how Daya was coming to Zy'Reque's performance with the phone call with me, you, and Zy'Reque specifically?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so it was a conversation between the three of y'all?
The three of us.
Me, Zy'Reque, and Rahmaine.
And the thing that pisses me off the most, because we're going back to it, and we can even take it back to the situation that happened with Dre. I don't have to sit up here and make a lie on nobody. I know what was told to me. I know the conversations that were here. If I was a grimy bitch, I would have walked in here and played a recording of a phone call that we had. But because I'm not that type of bitch,
You should have did that.
because I'm not that type of bitch, I just see people for who they is. And like I said to Cuban, taking away from the fact that we're together and people expect you to be on my side, being a real bitch first, you can attest that both of those phone conversations did happen as far as him intentionally forgetting Dre's gift, which is why I brought it up. Him knowing that Daya was coming to my house, because for one, me, Zy'Reque, and Cuban, we were close. So we were on FaceTime. He would call Cuban while he was at work and just talk and talk and talk and talk. So it wasn't like there wasn't a friendship there. We had conversations. So I'm not going to sit here and be made a liar.
That's what you are.
No, that's what you feel. And the fact that you sit here, calling me a liar, you just not a real bitch. Nothing about you is authentic. Everything about you is from somebody else. You're a made up bitch. You're not a real person. At the end of the day, like I said, I don't have to sit up here and come up with a lie for a fuck thing. Because, bitch, you're sitting here calling me a liar. I don't give a damn what we're having. You're calling me. I don't give a damn what you mean. You're calling me a liar. I don't give a damn if we was outside at Finley Park, bitch. What I said is what I said.
Don't go to the barnyard because these kind of animals act.
Okay.
Outside animals gonna act like an outside animal.
What kind of animal am I? An animal that your ass can't take? You can't take me. You're not a real bitch. You're fake as fuck. Everything about you is made up from somebody else. You're not a real bitch at the end of the day. So for you to sit here and call me a liar? Yeah, looking like leave this funeral home, bitch.
Girl, what you need to remind that wig that you wore in Confessional with that stop part.
Let's talk about the fact like that, bitch. You wouldn't be sitting on this platform wearing a motherfucking wig if it wasn't for me, bitch. You look like me, bitch. You want to be me. You want to be everybody that you have, you come in contact with because you're not a real ass bitch. You're not a real ass bitch. Everything about you is made the fuck up. You're not a real bitch. You're not a real bitch. Let's talk about how your wig came off at your performance.
I snatched y'all, boo.
The fuck?
I said it was sexual. I snatched y'all.
Do you need a moment?
No, I'm good. I can't take.
I'm not a real bitch. You know.
You're not a real bitch. You're made up as fuck. Everything about you is made up. You're made up as fuck. You're not real. You're never going to be authentic. You're never going to be authentic. I can't even argue with you because you're over there looking like me right now, bitch. I can't. You're looking like me. When you came up here, bitch, you was bald-headed as fuck. Bitch, I'm glad I gave you the confidence to sit up there and look like me, bitch. You look like me, bitch. You want to be, but you can't. You can't be me. I'm already it, sweetie.
Okay.
You can't be me. I'm already it.
Hey.
I've been saucy. They all want to skinny.
That's enough. That's enough.
You can't take, and that's fine.
That's enough.
You can't take, and that's fine. Call her what you want, and you still gonna be a fake. Bitch, you're the alcoholic who can't control themselves on liquor. That's you. That's you, sweetie. That's you. I didn't even argue with you. You look like me. You look like me, bitch. You look like me. 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 You came in this bitch bald-headed as fuck, and now you want to sit up here and wear wigs.
I didn't think I was enough either, but you know
That's
I
enough.
Girl, bye. You can't take it. You can't take. You can't take.
We are moving on.
You can't take. And it's fine, sweetie. It's fine.
We are going to move on.
You can't be me. I'm already it. I've been saucy. They all want to skinny dip. I understand.
The girls are still immature. We're gonna give them
All right, that's enough. We are going to move on. We're going to move on.
I just can't take fake ass bitches. I'm sorry.
Roman. We are going to move on.
Your whole personality is made the fuck up. You've been around 3 different people, and I've seen you morph into them 3 different times. How do you morph into 3 different people at 3 different times? Bitch, you can't be yourself. You're having an identity crisis at this point. Like, it's getting scary. I'm scared for you, sweetie.
Take a moment.
How I look.
We're just going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey, turn me up.
I did my lifestyle, yeah.
Welcome back to My Lifestyle Season 2, The Reunion. At the end of Season 1, Justin informed the cast and crew that his mother was having complications with her health. And unfortunately, back in September of 2023, she passed away. Let's take a look.
2:50 in the morning, I got a phone call. I had to go home because I've been up there. I just had to give myself a mental break, but I was going to go back up there that following weekend. I got a phone call that my mom had passed away. And I'm telling you, it was like I blacked out after that. I don't remember. I remember I drove so fast to get to my mom. Like, I never drove that fast a day in my life, but, you know, I wanted to get to my mom because, you know, I just had to make sure I get my last kiss in. And, you know, she is now at peace. She went out. Her service was beautiful.
Love you, mama.
I love you too, Justin.
I love you, mama.
I love you, Justin.
I love you, mommy.
I was about to come over there and give him a hug too. I love you.
So how do you feel in this moment?
I feel okay. Because 4th of July is going to come up next. This round 4th of July last year, my mom was really sick. She got her so she wanted to be around home. It was like her last dinner, her last dinner. And she came in and she was truthful. She was dressed, she was ready to go. So now let's look back at it. A year later, she's at peace. And when I say, like, I'm okay, don't think about my moms. Because I would do anything to get my mom back. She loved me so good, but I would give it all back just to be with my mom again. Because she was really my best friend.
Oh, you got me crying.
Right,
Oh, oh, you got this. Yeah.
Because when I was saying I love my mom, she really said, I cut up, go sit down. She got me saying that. But my mom was at peace. Yeah, she's just at peace.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think sometimes that with these shows, we get lost so much into the drama and the shade and all of that. But, you know, I just really admire your strength this season because at the end of season 1, you know, whenever you told us, immediately then my heart just went out to you because I think everybody can agree on this cast with the people who still have their parents is that we're all part of the LGBTQ community. And we all know that it's not hard. Oh, God. Not me. Not me, not today. Because this one over here, this ain't about me, God. Let's move on, God. We know that it's hard to have your support from your parents. Get it together. Oh my God, you are the host. We know that it can be so hard to have support from your parents. So I think everybody can agree that being the fact that he lost his mother and it happened during the season, that made me want to be closer to my mother because whenever I came out when I was 20 and me and my mother just got back close about maybe 3 years ago. So whenever you lost your mother, that really made me want to get closer to my mother because one day she's not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? And get it together, Kell, my God. And whenever you decided to come back to the show after she passed, that really made me admire your strength as a person, not only as a cast member. Because whenever you told me she passed away, I was really just expecting you to, you know, just leave the show, and I was okay with that. And to see you come back, that really showed me strength. That really, because you continue to show up. You continue to show up, and I really just want to tell you that I really appreciate you for still showing up. Can we give it up for Justin?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I also want to say I appreciate you so much for everything you do for me on and off the camera. I love you so much. Thank you for always showing up to my events. Always, even when I wasn't there. Even when I missed it, you was there, and I really appreciate you. It made me just want to be even more close to you. You are a great person, and I just love you so much. And no, we not fucking.
And thank you all because everybody stop. Don't make me smile, and I really appreciate that. And I had to do go through because when you finally settle, you go through all the message, and all you guys actually reached out to me, and I thank you guys so much for my work. Even with my little shitty ways, you guys were really there, and that just lets me know that you guys are great people. So thank you.
All right. One thing that we also learned during this season is that Zy'Reque also lost both of his parents at a young age. Let's take a look.
And we actually have more in common than we really know. I do know he lost his parents.
So one of the biggest things, that I feel like me and Justin do have in common is the loss of our mother. I lost both of my parents at a very, very, very young age. I was 7 years old and I lost them back to back. So growing up was kind of like, it was a little tough. Like I was the oldest, so I had to always set the example. I always had to be the one to do things in a perfect way to, so my younger siblings have something to look up to or whatnot. So, seeing that he lost his mother, I can only imagine how he felt because I only can imagine, how I felt when I did lost my parents. I was really young, and I just feel like back then when I was young and I first lost my parents, it was more so of me not understanding how would it affect my life. But now that I am an adult, and just be going through the motions sometimes when I have events or when I graduate. When I graduated high school, when I graduated middle school, elementary, or whatnot, like it was just more so of you mourn the death of your parents even more because it's just like everybody else have their parents. They have these big graduation parties and these things or whatever like that, and you just really wish the people that you love, and birthed you was there to support you. So I definitely, feel like this would just bring us even more closer together because this is something that we have in common.
I can only imagine the stuff that he has to go through each day, knowing that he doesn't have neither one of his mom or dad. I want to say, I lost you so much. Sure. You lost your parents at 7. And I always say with my smallest nephews, I hope they don't have to go through that because no one is going to love that. You have to go live with someone else. Yeah. And, they may not show you the type of love or the type of affection that your parents show you. Me, it's vice versa because I'm an adult. So at this point, I got so much responsibility for my mom. And you just do your damn thing. You're talented as fuck. And you did the most things like parents love to see their child. You got your diploma and your college degree. So bitch, you doing your thing. You doing your thing.
The main reason why I selected everybody for this show is because of their talents and their drive. And I just really wanted to put LGBTQ people from South Carolina on the map. And with you are so strong. You are so strong. Sometimes I feel like you don't realize the potential that you have when it comes to being a star. Because you are a performer.
You are.
You are a fucking performer. You really are. So watching this clip and knowing that you can relate to Justin no longer having any parents, how do you feel?
I feel like me not having my parents, it just put me in a position where I have to go out and do things on my own. It wasn't more so me having somebody to look up to because I really didn't have mentors or nobody, I always said I want this lifestyle, so I'm gonna do this to get that lifestyle. And that's just really what it was. Growing up seeing everybody else having these parents, having this, having that. So I was just promised myself when I do have kids, they're gonna have everything I didn't have. So it's just all about adjusting and just, realizing what your situation is and not dwelling in it will be the off of it.
Amen.
Period.
All right. Now for everybody else on the cast, everybody else parents are still living, walking, able, breathing.
Yeah.
So Cuban, we'll start with you. How is your relationship with your parents?
Well, kind of like Justin, my mom is my best friend. We argue like brother and sister, but one thing about it, two things for sure. She's always there for me, and I'm always there for her. And as far as my father, we recently, because he's been incarcerated, so he recently had just got out, but I also came out while he was incarcerated. So when he... But yeah, he had recently just got out and found out that that his oldest son was gay. He was a little taken back. He said he wasn't his feelings. But he ended up coming around, and he loved me like a son, protect me like a son, and we just moving forward from there.
Dre?
I grew up with both of my parents, my mother and father. I'm close. I have a good one with both of them. And it just, when I came out to both of them, I actually came out to my mother first. Because it's just something about a mom. Like, you just gravitate more to, not saying I love my dad, but just something about a mom. And when I came out to her, it was just breath of fresh air, like something that you would look for before actually going out into the world. And when I say that, I mean it like, if I got my mom's support, I don't care about nobody else. So, and that was all about me, about publishing my book, Live For Me. Because when I brought that to my mother, it was just like, go for it, go for it. She was so willing to push me. So, yeah.
Ron?
I have a great relationship with my mom. Love her down. That's my girl. Me and my dad, we don't speak. I don't talk to my daddy. My daddy recently went. My daddy been in jail since I've been like 3. He got back out, and he went back this year. Got like 25 years. Yeah. So me and my dad, we weren't on good terms when he left. He not left when he went back in. So I don't talk to my dad. We don't talk. We don't have that relationship. No.
Like everybody else, my mom is my best friend. Me and my dad just recently started, becoming that cool because not only does he have a gay son, he also has a gay daughter. So at times he's more closer to my sister because that's kind of like the son that he always wanted. So his relationship with my sister and his youngest child is a little bit closer than ours. And we're working on it, and I just recently brought Cuban around my dad, and so it's kind of like that, opening that door to like let him know that, hey, this is my life. And he's been doing a good job at accepting it, except for one incident. But we got past it, and it was just like, at the end of the day, this is still my father, and we still love each other. And that's all I got for that.
Social media is a dangerous place to be on at times, as we all know. And Solomon learned quickly to educate rather than stoop to someone else's level. Let's take a look.
I am HIV positive. It's not a secret. And, happy, healthy, loving my life. Take my medicine and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. But artists will still try to use that against me as if that's a weapon. And it's not. But I ignore it for the most part. This time it was brought up and somebody was trying to say that I was over here itching and burning and this, that, and the third. And I think that's when I had enough, because while you can make those comments at me and I don't care, because obviously you're wrong and uneducated and you sound stupid and ignorant and sad and miserable. Shit, pick one. Other people can see this. Other people can, let's say somebody is dealing with something like that and you are shaming somebody, especially if you are a part of the LGBTQ community and you are talking down on people about something that has historically affected our community the most. It's not like that necessarily anymore. Look at your statistics, you'll understand. But to try to weaponize something like that, something that nobody asks for, something that you can, that it just takes one person, and sometimes it don't even take a person. Sometimes you can get accidentally stuck by a needle, and then what? So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like trying to talk down on people, especially when people are living their lives and they're happy and healthy, and it everybody laughs until it's done.
For you to be so brave and tell your story this season, my hat is off to you. Literally. Literally. So, can you give us the reason why you were exposed? How did that happen?
Like why somebody went and decided to speak on all this stuff.
Yes.
So at first, I will say when I give a little bit of background to give the reason, right? When I first found out, it made me like I went into a deep spiral of sadness that took me almost 6 to 7 months to get. And even then, I was still about right. So, one thing that I've always been real transparent about when it came to my partners was, hey, this is what I got going on, because obviously my ex gave it to me and didn't tell me nothing, didn't even care. It was a thing because he was cheating, you know. So I made a point, one, because morally, like, hey, that's you dealing with somebody else, right? Two, like, you can't put people in no house for that. That's dangerous. Three, that's just alcohol. So probably get transparent. So one of my, I won't even say partners, I'll say somebody that I was talking to, because I do say it very early on. I always mention it because it's like, hey, I want to give, before we get any type of romantically invested, anything like that, I want to give you this so that you can decide from there without later on feeling like you blindsided or something. This is me up front, right? I told somebody that, and they was cool with it. That was fine. But a few months later, and this was an artist, a few months later, there was, and it sucks because I guess it just kind of happens that in the artist community, it gets really messy sometimes. Somebody decided to spread that news across all of the different artists, and it didn't make it to the social media platform yet. And at first, I was real scared, like, oh my god, they gonna use this against me. They finna put this all out there. And I've had other artists before that I look up to, be like, hey, probably shouldn't say nothing. Like, you don't want anybody to use this against you in a rap because people like this. And I'm like, okay. But that doesn't line up with how I am. So once that was brought up to other people, I found out that somebody had been saying it, and I was like, okay, cool. And there's this one rapper, same one that showed up to the event, that was calling me different things like disgusting, saying that I was a whore, saying I was filthy, saying that I was like just different negative things. At one point, somebody even told me that I needed to go ahead and take myself off the earth. Like, just different things, you know what I'm saying? And at that point, and again, this is all on social media. So, like, at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this out here because for me, I feel like I know how this makes me feel. And if anybody else is dealing with something like this, I would hate for them to be silently suffering. Yeah, I knew for me, I was like, this doesn't make me. So, put it out there, like, I made a whole long post saying, like, you know, this is how it is with me, and just encouraging people to be informed and be, just try to stop that stigma, because the stigma is literally based off of fear. If you learn what you need to know about, not even just HIV, but different, like, anything that you can catch from being sexually active with anybody, you learn that it's not as, there's more, not, I won't say gray area, but there's more room in between the black and white. There's like, for just an example, because I didn't know this, there is a 0.3 to 1% chance that somebody can get HIV from giving head and swallows. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It's different things that you never know. Because some people just don't know. But I just wanted to like give that like kind of overview, but then it like, I guess once I did that, then other people felt like that was a green light to go ahead and start directly saying these things about me on these social platforms. And so like on this little radio show, they was like, "Oh, you unthankful bitch, you go to the clinic, this, that, and that." And that was my last straw because that's not fair. No, especially that's not. Again, other people, me, I've been hearing it for what almost 3 years now. I mean, cool. I can move past it. Other people, and this is not just me pulling out, and I've literally had multiple people come to me and be like, "Hey, I'm dealing with this and I have nobody that I can go to, not even my family. But I see that you are dealing with this and you are an advocate for it on a social platform and speak positively. So hey, can you help me?" If other people can see you talking down on that type of stuff, that does not help. This people catch on HIV. People don't understand that is something that literally can or has driven someone to take themselves out the fight. That's not fair. That's not fair because it's also not something that anybody ever asks for. So it's like, I don't know, that whole scenario, while it sucked, I had to take something that was very negative and try to find the positives in it. And I will say I had to be thankful for the community around me, because I don't know if I would have made it for them. Like, and again, after that 6-7 month period, that's honestly when I met them. That's when I met Daya. Like, that's when I started to actually build my family. Because even family, and I love my mom and dad. Even my mom was like, "If you pray to get away, then God will take us away." And that was something that also, it's not support. Like, just all of that, it's not easy. It's not easy. And being exposed, I don't even necessarily consider that. I feel like I had to embrace my truth. You're doing a hell of a good job.
You are doing a hell of a good job. A hell of a good job. And I just also want to let you know that whether we have problems or not in this cast, we all support you 100%. 100%. On camera, off camera, because HIV really does affect everyone. Everyone. Whether you are positive or negative, it affects everyone. All right, so we are going to switch gears because we done enough crying. I know I was not expecting to cry today. Child, Lord have mercy. So, Zy'Reque held his own when it came to all of his performances this season. But when it came to the sake of the group, he was definitely on the fence. Let's take a look.
Can we talk about the what was said in the group chat?
What?
The whole, if this was y'all first invite, hope y'all get another one.
Girl, I thought we all was cool. Like, I didn't know it was going to give, all of that. I don't think it was that deep. I just feel like as a person, when it comes to certain things, you shouldn't take everything to heart. Like, it's just a little fun.
We're supposed to be building a unit, a bond together. So if you feel like you don't owe us explanation because you feel like we're not in the same caliber, or you feel like we're not as close, then it's just like, what the fuck is the point of even trying? And that's why nobody don't listen to the Usher wannabe, because you can't. The Usher wannabe, Frank Ocean. I see a lot of comparisons there.
To the motherfucking new.
Oh, okay, to the motherfucking new.
Yeah.
Who told you that there was a conversation that happened about you when you left about the little birthday situation?
I think we all was on Facebook. Me, Romy, Cuban. I mean, me, Cuban, Romy, and Syeir.
Y'all heard that? Exactly.
I don't know what the girls are carrying on. Talk about something. We had a phone call, like.
Girl, y'all had a board meeting.
Like, I'm so lost. Like, oh, you just wanted the moment. Girl.
What I meant to say was Frank Ocean. That's what I meant to say.
Roman took so many shots that night because during filming, that was the night that you performed at my house. And that was also his birthday. He was at the bar. He was at the bar before we even started filming. Shots. So what you got to say before we get to Zy'Reque?
I want to say, firstly, that I didn't mean to call you Usher. I meant to call you Frank Ocean. And the reason I said Frank Ocean is because when we had our conversation, remember how you said, when you make music, you sing to women. So it's, to the outside looking in, it can be kind of like, this girl don't know whether she like niggas or she want to sing to women. So at the same time, when we first listened to Frank Ocean, with Frank Ocean, we didn't know that Think About You was about a whole man. So it's just like, that was the comparison that was supposed to be made.
Any response?
His analogies just be
Strictly tickly. All right, Zy'Reque. What was the turning point during the season that made you gravitate towards the OGs?
Honestly, it's
Real,
just like
that's
when you
real.
look at the video, because it's like every time we have an interaction, it was just a lot of conversation and stuff that was brought up that I didn't feel like need to be brought up. Like for the My House restaurant thing, I feel like they was more mad than I was. It was just giving like it was just, and I was just like, well, people got stuff going on. You feel me? Like I don't think it's that deep. And the situation when we was talking about the text message, I'm like, I don't think it's that deep. So it's just like when you hang around something, you become that. So it was just more so for me. It was just more so I don't want to be around people who just keep. Every time it's small, it's just I don't feel like it's that deep. It's just like why negative? I don't want to be a negative Nancy. You feel me? Every time, and the newbies, I just feel like I was a little hesitant being around them, but once I started hanging around them a little more, I got a little more comfortable with them. Because I already was cool with rock. It was just OG. You
say newbie. You said newbie.
Being around them and just open up to them, they open up to me. Like it was just like okay, but I get. They don't give me like they bringing up negative stuff all the time. I'm just giving like they grown, they on their shit and talking about business. That's what I like. Like if you my friend, you got to have something going on. You can't be just talking about this, that. Because when I'm talking about it, we talk about collaborating in the bag.
It's true. I understand. So I'm on that. To piggyback off of the My House incident, I do want to say at the time, Roman, the reason, because I can't speak for these two, I can't speak for Ron and Dre, but specifically for Justin, at that time, he was going through, the time of, losing his mother. So I was the only person that knew that. I couldn't tell you that only because, I was the only person, and out of respect, that wasn't my business to tell that night. So specifically for him not being there, he was just taking care of his mother at the time. For these two,
Can I say one thing?
And
just to piggyback, because I'm going back like to season 1, I could have let you know, hey, I won't be able to make it tonight. I mean, I don't have to go into really details why, but I feel like I never communicate that with you because I got on Rob about that. Like you could have communicated that you was going to be late. So I get why everybody felt something way because I think somebody said, did they communicate?
I said that.
Okay, and then I know I did. So I apologize for that because I should have had communicated that with you.
And my whole thing, again, about that is what the viewers don't know and what Justin, Ra, and Dre probably don't know is that outside of the cameras, we do have conversations. So that instance, before the cameras did start rolling, there was a conversation. And there was a conversation about y'all not showing up. Who was a part of that conversation? Me, Cuban, and Zy'Reque. There was a conversation. Of course, it's going to look messy because I brought it up. But we're on a reality show. This is something that we talked about in real time. So I'm going to talk about it because this is something that we talked about before the cameras filmed. But when the cameras came out, as you can see, it looked as if leave it up to Roman. The drama started, this, that, and the third. When it's like, in actuality, to me, and I don't know about everybody else, but I'm a real ass bitch because if we can talk about it off camera, we can talk about it on camera.
Right.
Since we're shooting a reality show. And a lot of instances, that was the reality. These are things that we talked about outside of the show. So if you can talk about it when the cameras are not rolling, why would you want to point fingers at me as if I'm just a drama starter, as if we didn't have this conversation previously?
Right. I understand.
Well, that's what the conversation was about.
Of course, because you was drunk.
He said go into depth.
Go into depth about this. Yeah, I was like,
The conversation was strictly about why. Not only did they not show up, again, I asked the question, well, did they reach out to you and let you know that they wasn't coming? No. He said no. Again, this was conversations that we had before the camera started rolling. It was a lot more about him being in his feelings it wasn't more so him being in his feelings, but he was agitated at the fact that nobody reached out and let him know because we talked about it.
Right, I understand. So, Zy'Reque, I do want to ask you another question as well.
No.
There was a rumor going around that this season you were attempting to use Solomon as
Or a boyfriend.
Yeah, as a boyfriend.
That was no rumor, baby. I cleared that.
You did.
That wasn't no rumor, baby. I said that.
Did you do that? Did you communicate that with him?
No, I didn't say nothing to him. The only person I communicated that to was Lisa.
Okay. So that's what the problem was.
And then my whole thing about that situation was, it was when we fell out, they go back and tell him. When we always in cahoots, they didn't say nothing.
Because you pump fake a lot.
What was the point? You feel me? Like, you want to wait till we fall out, or now you want to go over and tell him. So that means you need to watch people that you keep around.
It's not about
when
that.
you fall out with somebody, now I'm going to tell you what was said, what was being said to you was discussed. But when I was in your face, we always together in cahoots. You ain't say nothing.
Because you wasn't in our face being delusional. Like, you were being delusional to on camera and in your confessionals, like, oh, I didn't say this. Oh, I didn't say this. I didn't say this. But it's like,
that's more you.
No, that's definitely you. Again, you're not real. So again, it does look like once we fell out, oh, we telling your business. No, it's because you got in front of the cameras and in your confessionals and pretended that it was something that it wasn't. And I that honestly, to me, that rubs me the wrong way, because again, you put out this fake facade that, oh, I'm messy and I'm all of this, when it's like, no, bitch, you're just not being real, and I'm holding you to what you said. Because you get in these confessionals and you get around everybody else and you like to play the victim role, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. It's all Roman. Roman did this. Roman did that. No, girl, you're just not real.
Were y'all like trying to like be romantic, like get to know each other for real?
I mean, my whole point was I didn't mind doing that.
Okay.
But when I went into this more so he cute, you know, I feel like I'm cute. Like, business was first.
Okay.
But I was like, okay, he's cool. So it could potentially lead to something. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to just try to use him. Because I had my own, you know, I had my own clout.
Yeah.
I got the most followers. When it came to the YouTube, vote for the best new cast member, I got the most votes. You know?
Everybody from Benedict chimed in.
So it's like, you really could have benefited from, you know, that situation yourself. But
You could have benefited.
I don't think that she.
You could have benefited.
I don't think that she being. I don't think that she. I don't think she's being shady.
You could have benefited, sweetie.
Hold on, Roman.
You could have benefited.
Hold on, Roman.
You could have benefited.
Let me get the Solomon.
Pay that.
You decided that you wanted to do something like use me for a storyline and do it for a business aspect. That's what you said, correct?
Go ahead. No, I said
That's what I thought. That's what the fuck I thought. Anyway,
that's what the fuck you thought.
you should, if you wanted to use a,
Stay in the seats.
Just woke up.
Stay in the seats.
if you wanted to, not worry about
I think that.
You want to tell this disrespectful bitch to shut up?
I don't. Hey, I
Stay in your seats. Stay in your seats.
Because this bitch got a lot of stuff to say all the time.
It's nasty and rude. It's nasty and rude.
I think that.
Okay.
You could have benefited.
Okay.
You could have benefited, sweetie.
Nah, Roman, that's messy.
You could have benefited.
Now you being messy.
You could have benefited.
I done held my damn tongue. Yo, bitch ass, this whole damn.
I just don't want you to get up.
Wait, I really can clock that too.
But
You said he could have benefited.
she wasn't being shady by saying that you could benefit from that. She was just speaking, saying that and she said herself, but you could have benefited, but both of y'all could have benefited. She wasn't trying to be messy by saying, she wasn't trying to get a reaction or be messy. She wasn't trying to be messy with saying that, you could have benefited. She was trying to say, like it would have been beneficial to, it just would have been beneficial.
That's what she should
Now
say.
I think that, Roman, you don't stand on stuff that you say either.
I stand on everything. I never threw the rock and hit my hand. Unlike most of y'all.
I promise you.
Everything that I say, I don't have no problem with standing on it, sweetie. Clock it, because everything, go down the list, make the list, write it down, share it.
Chandelier.
Anything,
I don't have time for it.
anything you bitches come to me with, I'm going to stand on. Anything you bitches come.
Anyway.
Unlike most of you bitches on that right side, you can't stand on what the fuck you
wish you were on the right side. You want to be on the right side, bad. That's your problem.
This is the mad side. This is the mad side. Okay. How y'all over here are mad?
Solomon, what I'm saying to you is that that's not the case. That wasn't the case. It looked like chandelier was putting a battery in your back.
And you look like the American flag. Like, what keep on it? Like, I don't know if I should
You're jealous about it. You're jealous about it.
Dude, are you part of the presidential debate?
However, I don't think that it was like that. I don't think it was like that.
You sure?
It wasn't.
That's why I say pay that. Pay that. Mommy wanted a moment.
Let me ask that.
Because you could have benefited on this one of the moments. You could have been. I am the moment. I am the moment. They don't. I am the moment.
I'm the moment. I'm your moment. I'm your moment. I'm your moment.
Girl,
I'm your blueprint. I'm your moment. I'm your moment.
From the first season, they had you sit down and argue with you for you because you wasn't doing nothing.
I'm your moment.
From the first, I was a show. I wasn't even an ass member. And they requested me.
What are you talking about?
They requested me to sit down. They requested me.
You actually came on this show.
Requested.
To try to speak your story about me.
Requested.
What are you talking about?
Sit down.
Requested.
You couldn't even get a real cowboy hat.
Requested.
Okay, if we are not going to get order, both of y'all are going to leave for the rest of the show.
Excuse me.
I can take a little break. Has anybody ever thought about, well, how does Solomon feel? Okay. And why?
I'm being honest because it was no malicious intent behind it. It was more so of a business. I feel like, it could have benefited from both of us. It could have benefited from the show. Like, it was riding on the boost because people don't see people on screen like loving each other.
Right.
Especially in our community. So it wasn't no malicious intent. Like I say, I still give him respect. I still say he's cute, even though we're not on the best of terms. So it's just like, it's not malicious intent behind anything regarding that situation. So that's why I didn't think maybe this was something that was harmful or something that, upset someone because I'm saying you're attractive. I'm just saying this from a business perspective. That's all.
Take your anger out before you start talking. Breathe.
Can I say something else before you continue?
Yeah.
And I do want to apologize because I didn't take this situation. I didn't really understand why you were upset. So I do apologize for seeing how mad you just got. And not just really taking this. If I ever reach this way because of that situation, I do apologize from the bottom of my heart. And I do.
Breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
The part that pisses me off the most about it is the whole time, and I get you didn't have any malicious intent, right? That's cool. Because you didn't tell me, and because it came out later that you were trying to get me for a storyline, it felt like everything that you had tried to build as a friend was not genuine. And I don't like that. My biggest rule that I tell anybody ever in my life, even my parents, just be upfront, honest. I can honestly, I cannot love anything. And that made me so mad because I was like, I genuinely was trying to get to you. I was genuinely trying to be a friend. So later on, it to be this negative energy, this. Oh, I'm trying to use it for this. That don't fit. That made me very upset because I was like, damn, I was actually, I try my best to be a good person. In a genuine aspect to everybody that I meet. And I really don't let a lot of people in. So the fact that I'm trying to be like, you know what? Let's actually try to, I'm going to try to get to know this person and be a friend. And then for all that to come off as, again, you may not have had a relationship with it, but I didn't know your answer until it was later on talking about it. More specifically, it was right. I didn't really know you other than you was trying to do this. So everything else was something. I don't like that. That made me feel like, if you want me to be completely honest, that made me feel completely honest. And I hate that because I never, ever want to make anybody feel that way. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be called a name because about that. That's not my character, but that really, and again, the backside of it, what a song. Like, I be trying to hear everybody else. But it don't seem like not nobody, but in a general aspect, I don't be hurt, and that irritates me. I'm so.
We're just gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Top Spot Productions, where our CEO and certified engineer offers mixing and mastering at a reasonable price. Located right off Highway 39 convenient, right by the road, big sign on the front porch, you can't miss it. You can't get a better mix, you can't get a better master, can't get a better sign, can't get a better environment. Click the link below to book your session now. Top spot. It's a dynasty, baby.
I did my lifestyle, yeah.
Welcome back to My Lifestyle, the reunion. Now, before we go, I just want to ask everybody, what's next? I'll start with you, Cuban.
I have an EP coming out. Can't drop the title yet.
Definitely getting more into content creation. I just was you all the first people that I'm announcing this to. Celebrity messaged me to style. So I'm definitely getting into celebrity stylists. I love hosts, I love people. So definitely moving, forward in the fashion world.
Well, congratulations.
Really good.
Zy'Reque, what's next?
I got a listening party on July 27th. And I'm also working at this fashion brand called Working in Atlanta as the administrative assistant.
All right. Rob?
Of course, as usual, my family. I recently got a position. I'm new Carolina Princess of the House of Silver. And talk on it.
Roman?
To piggyback off it, maybe never clear, great still working. There's a lot of things in the works that I don't want to speak on because I don't want to just sit, but all in all, a business working, and if you find me, you'll see it.
Period. All right. Justin?
So, since it passed on my mom, on her 1 year anniversary is coming up, and my siblings was having this big memorial for her. Really big. I'm working on the music. I'm getting back to music. Yeah. I have one more important announcement. I'm in talks with my job. Everybody knows my job. They got this program, and they pay you well, basically, so I'm looking to be an ad.
Oh!
I was going to speak on it. Read the process. Read the safe. Yeah, I'm going to work on I got your girl. And people. I don't so I'm a girl. But we're seeing how everything works. So we have things going. So hopefully, late this year, early this year, I might be a dad.
Oh, congratulations, Solomon.
I am currently working on working on one really big project. It's a little small, 6, 7, something. The really big project is also a movie that I'm script for. And it's contact with the other person that we can begin full on filming. I am also finishing editing my third book. So the second and the third, I'm not trying to say time. Yeah, I'm also finally doing my digital art.
Period. Okay. All right. Well, also a little birdie told me that Justin and Dre are leaving the show this season. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
Oh. Everybody's old. Everybody's the old lady gang now.
That was the heaviest I was in a couple of months. Huh? If we start,
you got to stand on that now, baby. You are fired.
I don't know. We all probably start production. It just depends on what my kids think. So they don't necessarily. My younger one is I really want to be a dad. So I will see.
Well, that is all the time that we have for tonight. Again, my name was Kell Harley, and this has been My Lifestyle, the reunion, and season 2 is finally over. Have a good night, everybody.